Greetings friends, welcome back to the channel if you have been here before, or welcome if it is your first time visiting. Today I'm going to be bringing you hopefully a quick reading. I want to look at what this lesser charge, this charge is all about with respect to the Karen Read jurors. Why were they hung on this one? Allegedly 9-3 toward her guilt. 9 putting for her to be guilty of this word, of this charge. Why? I'm so confused by this, guys, and I want clarity. And if you are confused too, let's do this together. Let's check this out together, shall we? Remember that all information contained within my videos is alleged and, in my opinion, via my guides, all that good stuff. I'll put it here as well on the screen right now. Okay, remember too that I always appreciate your subscriptions and your thumbs up if you would be so kind. All right, but we're gonna jump right into this, and we're going to do it a bit differently today. I'm going to clear the energy of these 4 decks. So quick, this is the Light Seers Tarot deck, mass market produced. This is what I call my Dove deck, indie produced. The Wild Reflections Tarot deck, mass market, and what I call my Butterfly deck, also indie produced. Okay, because people always ask what decks I'm using. So what I'm going to do is knock on them, clear the energy. I've been doing a lot of readings with them recently, and I'm just going to cut and pull 1 card out from each, and we're going to use those 4 cards to hopefully arrive at some form of answer. Like, what was it in particular, or what things in particular were the ones that the jury got stuck on to make them honestly, to make 9 of them allegedly honestly believe that they could consider Karen Read to be guilty in his demise, because that word, and I don't say the word because YouTube gets real finicky around certain terminology. But why? Why would they think she was responsible? Okay, what was it particularly? Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to show you guys, of course, that I will shuffle quickly just in case someone out there wants to say, well, you counted down, you picked the exact card. No, I don't. Let's shuffle. Let's shuffle quick. Woo! Let's shuffle quickly. No, we're not going to take you guys. Let's shuffle quickly here. We had one flip. Is that the one that wants to be read? Okay. We'll do it your way. Light Seers. We had our one from the Light Seers. Which one? The Page of Cups. Okay. Let's do some shuffling here with my Dove deck. That's what I call it. Whoa. We had a few come out. Only if 1 flips, we'll take it. Oh, well, okay then. Wow, I guess they don't want me to cut. They don't want me to cut. Alrighty. What do we have here? What do we have here? Guys, the Page of Cups twice. This is what I want to see. This is a doubling down of a message from the universe, okay? This is why I wanted to use 4 decks. Alright? I'm not planning this out, guys. Not me. I don't do those things. I don't play like that, you guys. I do see a card that was flipped in this deck, so we're not going to use it. But 1 did fall, so we'll take it because it's 1. 3 of Swords, you guys. 3 of Swords. Okay. Okay, thank you, Wild Reflections. Off you go. Off you go. And finally, Butterfly deck. Let's see. Are you going to fly away with a card for us today? Are you going to fly away? Well, let's see. There was a couple that fell out. Just 1, please. Just 1. This deck is like thinner than the others, so these cards tend to fly out much more freely than some of the other decks. So let's see. Whoa. Well, what do you think about that? That card was like, heck yeah. Read me, please. Read me, please, Sparrow. 9 of Swords. Ooh, you guys, I'm getting the messages coming on big and strong. 2 Pages of Cups. 2 of you guys. The 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Okay, so my question to you, cards to the universe, to my spirit guides, to the divine. Tell me, please, particularly, what were the things, perhaps in the evidence, what portions of the evidence concerned this jury, or what about this case concerned this jury and made them believe that Karen could be remotely responsible in some way, shape, or form? The reason I think, guys, that this is bugging me so much is because they acquitted, right? They acquitted on the charge of second-degree M and on the lesser charge of, I believe that was leaving the scene. So if you acquit on that first charge, wouldn't that mean that she wasn't responsible? Although, okay, what I'm hearing is that they believed that, so check this out, 9 and 3, guys. There were 9 and 3, 9 and 3. Confirming that there were 9-3 in this vote. And I'm feeling like this energy here, the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, is really what it came down to for this jury. But let's start here with the Pages of Cups, the messengers in the heart space. Because what I'm hearing is that when it came to their romance, that of Karen and John, this jury wasn't quite sure what to make of it. Now, with the Page of Cups, I'm also hearing some of the jury members, while they were cognizant of this relationship that existed previously and potentially ongoing with John and Karen, some did not feel as though it was grounded. It was grounded. And not that this would point to a purposeful act, but I'm hearing that they also didn't feel as though, oh wow, okay. I'm hearing that they almost didn't feel as though Karen was well grounded that evening. In simpler form, some of these jurors felt that she could have been being influenced by alcohol and that she was driving in an impaired state. And yeah, I'm also hearing her own words. And you see this here coming from her heart, but also coming from her mouth. Some of these jurors, 9 of them in particular, felt as though the words that they learned via the prosecution and their witnesses of Karen saying, I hit him, even did I hit him, or could I have hit him, anything in that vein, these 9 jurors were looking at that as some form of guilt in her heart. They were thinking that because this even came up for her as a potential thought or notion, that somehow, some way deep down, she may have been feeling as though she did bump him, knock into him, cause some sort of like disruption to his stature, is what I'm hearing. Caused him to get off of his feet. You know, not necessarily airbound, but to render him off of his feet, off of his footing. So that's one of the issues I think that came up, is what I'm hearing for these 9 jurors. Okay, another thing that I'm hearing coming up around this card, this Page of Cups. This is intriguing as well, because I'm hearing that some of these jurors were not ready to buy in to the fact that the police officers, investigators, and other such people of stature, people of presence within law enforcement, they weren't prepared to buy into the fact that this narrative could be so broadly wound, is what I am hearing. They found that it suspended their, or strained their credulity. That's what I'm hearing. That is what I'm hearing. So there was an issue around her condition for them. There was an issue around the words she spoke. And there was an issue for some of these jurors around the fact that some of these people were people of power, police officers, inspectors, first responders. And I'm hearing that some of these jurors have long held beliefs as to the integrity of individuals who take on those roles. And even though they were compelled, some of these 9 were compelled to believe that there were untruths being told from the mouths of some of these people. I'm hearing in particular Trooper Proctor, that many of these jurors, even within this 9 that were voting against Karen, even within this 9, there were people who did not believe Trooper Proctor. They were disdainful, I'm hearing, toward him. They did not like him. They did not like his energy. They felt as though he was giving a bad name to other officers. But with that said, at their core, they could not suspend their belief system enough to buy into this complete narrative of a widespread corruption or a framing job. That's what I'm hearing, guys. That is what I'm hearing around these 2 cards. The Three of Swords. This is really speaking to me of that broken-hearted energy of the 3 individuals, the 3 jurors, who truly and completely believed that Karen Read was framed through and through, believed her to be innocent of all 3 charges. And they were holding fast to their beliefs and their feelings. They were not prepared, you see here? They were not going to let that go. So that is where this divide came in. And the sleepless nights here, the anxiety coming up around this group as a whole, because in this sword space, in both of these cards, we have anxiety. We have this feeling of conflict unresolved. And this is coming up looming large for the eventuality of that hung jury in that 9-3 energy space. Because these 3 jurors were able to see beyond what I hear, the murkiness in their minds of the prosecution's case. These 3 jurors were like, they didn't buy anything that the prosecution's witnesses were saying. Very few, I'm told, very few of those witnesses did they believe. They felt, these 3 jurors felt that the defense's case clearly proved beyond a reasonable doubt that these charges needed to be dismissed. However, these 9 were stuck in or around these other pieces of evidence that they felt were too much to ignore. And when I say evidence, guys, I'm also talking about, I'm hearing those taillight pieces. Because a few of these 9, not all of them is what I'm hearing, but a few of them feel that it is very difficult, or was very difficult, for them to swallow or to reckon in their minds that each one of those taillight pieces was placed after the fact. A few of these 9 people felt as though there was some taillight damage left at the scene that evening. How they could feel that way, I don't know. I'm just the messenger. Some of these jurors, guys, some of these 9 jurors were like, oh yeah, there had to be she had to have somehow knocked him off of his feet. Otherwise, why would she have said so? Why would she even have believed it or questioned herself about it? Whereas these three, I'm hearing this conversation took place between these jurors in, some discussion that may have gotten a little bit heated. But these three jurors were like, that could have been an idea that was planted in her mind by one of those females that got up on the stand and lied blatantly, according to these juror members. But these jurors, a larger portion of these jurors, just couldn't get on board with it. I wish I had better news on that for you. So what I am hearing in conclusion here, because I want to keep this reading relatively short because I want to get it uploaded sooner than later. Karen's own words, the status of their relationship I'm hearing. I believe that the discussions of other women that John may have been speaking to, and or I'm hearing that Karen, other men that Karen was speaking to, it sort of muddied the waters for them with respect to the status of John and Karen's relationship. I'm also hearing words that she reportedly spoke that evening via her text messages to John. Some of these jurors really leaned into those messages. And they felt as though they were fact and evidence, or they spoke to the fact that she was not completely in her sober state. And that is something that a lot of them held against her. Guys, I guess that's where it's at for now. We can always take another look because I feel like there could be more that the universe wants to reveal about why that charge was the one that they were hung on. But I definitely see the 9 and 3 here because for a while I thought it was 8 and 4. But it does look, at least for now from here, as though the 9 were the majority against as far as the charge is concerned. Alrighty guys, so let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts respectfully, kindly, and politely, please. I always love to hear what you guys have to say, and please do stay tuned for my next video. Friends, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you have that notification bell clicked and set to all so you don't miss anything that is coming up ahead on the channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you.